My name is Clara Miller, and if you asked anyone who knew me, they'd probably describe me as the one who always plays it safe. I was the kind of person who triple checked my to do list, bought travel insurance for short road trips, and preferred reruns over new shows because I already knew how they'd end. My life was a finely tuned set of routines, predictable and precise, just how I liked it. Or at least, just how I thought I liked it. I work as a graphic designer in Portland, Oregon. Most days were spent in front of a screen, arranging fonts, matching color palettes, and creating logos for clients I never met in person. While I loved my job, I knew it was just one part of the world, and somehow I always felt like I was missing the rest of it. Then came the assignment that changed everything. Our firm landed a campaign launch for a regional art festival in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It was a quick 3-day branding push. Visit the site, meet the artists, understand the culture, and build a visual theme. My boss, who knew I hadn't taken a vacation in 2 years, told me to stretch the trip into a personal retreat. Stay an extra day, she said. Clear your head. So I booked my flight, found a cozy little boutique hotel just outside of downtown Santa Fe, and planned the whole thing down to the hour. Client meetings, gallery tours, sketching breaks, meals with local contacts. I even packed a backup charger and a laminated folder of emergency contacts. It was the most well-organized 3-day adventure anyone had ever attempted. The day before my flight, my roommate Dana made a suggestion. "You should go hot air ballooning," she said casually over dinner. I laughed. "Absolutely not. I don't like heights." She grinned. "Exactly why you should do it." I waved her off. "No, thank you. I'll stick to my sketch pad and adobe walls." But that night, as I was reviewing my itinerary, her voice came back to me. And then, for reasons I still don't fully understand, I Googled Santa Fe hot air balloon rides and booked one for my extra day. I didn't tell anyone, not even Dana. It felt too unlike me to explain. The morning of the balloon ride arrived after 2 productive workdays filled with client meetings, gallery sketches, and unexpected inspiration from street musicians and muralists. I drove half asleep through the pre-dawn haze to a gravel lot outside the city, where a group of strangers gathered under a slowly inflating balloon. I nearly turned around when I saw how high the balloon stretched into the sky. But then the ride operator called my name. I stepped into the wicker basket, and before I could change my mind, the ground was slipping away beneath us. For the first 5 minutes, I was frozen, tense, gripping the edge of the basket, eyes darting at every creak and sway. But then I looked out. The sun was rising over the New Mexico hills, brushing everything in gold. Below us were winding paths, through forests and rooftops clustered like puzzle pieces. The air was silent except for the occasional hiss of the burner flame. And in that moment, I let go. My muscles relaxed, my breathing slowed, and then I smiled, wide and genuine. I was surprised, but I loved every second of it. Later that day, still running on adrenaline, I wandered into the city plaza with no plan. That alone was rare for me. I followed music into a small open-air market filled with artists, jewelry makers, and food vendors. That's where I met Clara Miller, a watercolor artist from Santa Fe with ink-stained fingers and a laugh that made everyone around her lean in. She asked me what brought me to Santa Fe. "Work," I said, but I stayed for a surprise. She laughed and told me her favorite place to sit and paint was at a canyon overlook just 20 minutes away. "Want to come?" she asked, I've got an extra set of brushes. Normally, I would have made an excuse. Instead, I said yes. We drove to the canyon, and for the next 2 hours, we painted side by side. She didn't instruct. She just let me be. "You're too careful," she said, after watching me erase the same outline 3 times. "I like clean lines," I said. "But sometimes the story's in the mess," she replied. That night, I went back to my hotel with clay on my jeans and paint on my hands. I sat on the floor with my sketchbook, letting go of the rules I'd clung to for years. The drawings weren't perfect, but they felt like me. The next morning was my last in Santa Fe. I almost went straight to the airport, but something tugged at me. I remembered a flyer I saw for a free acoustic concert at a nearby bookstore. I had just enough time, so I went. There, I heard a violinist named Ezra perform songs that blended poetry and music. His voice was quiet but full of emotion, like every word had been lived first. Afterward, we ended up near the coffee bar, both reaching for the same muffin. We laughed, started talking. He told me he was a teacher during the week, a musician on weekends.